Well, all of my roaches, guess what? We're moving to a new YouTube channel, and I've put the link in the description of both this YouTube video and as well as the audio file on iTunes and anywhere you find your audio files, wherever you listen. It's in the description. Please to be clicking that link and subscribing. It would mean a wonderful deal to me, so I hope you do that. And then we can get into the show. Welcome one, welcome all. It's another edition of the Josh Potter Show. Thank you so much to Little Memory Card for sending in this instrumental. You can send in all of your instrumentals, remixes, things like that to the new email, which is joshpottershow@gmail.com. So please to be using the new email and sending in all that wonderfulness, as well as your Roving Roach articles, which, boy oh boy, we have a whole batch of them for you today. I'm excited to get to those. And also your queefs, ladies. We've been getting ladies to send in queefs. It's no longer just the spouse, the brother, the son, whatever the relation. It's actual ladies sending in their own queefs. My mind is blown, frankly. But we have some stories about that to get to in a little bit. Gotta let you know about some shows happening this weekend, April 3rd. I am going to be at the American Comedy Company. The first show is sold out by the time this airs. Perhaps the second show is, but as of the time of this recording, there are tickets available, so hopefully you can scoop those up. The link tree is on both my Instagram and my Twitter. Instagram is Josh_Potter. Twitter is @J_Potter. June 9th, Tampa Bay Improv. June 10th, going to be at the Orlando Improv, so those tickets are up there as well. That's all the shows for now. Hopefully we'll be adding some as the spring rolls along here. Other than that, twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. I will see you on there from time to time. I hope you join me then. And yes, one more time, shout out to Little Memory Card. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, the merch. store.ymhstudios.com. The merch is available. The Sussel shirt remains relevant. I'm hesitant to even say that because they could be throwing smoke and mirrors our way. Annie, do you have that tweet prepped, by the way, about Sussel?
I do, yes.
Can we pull it up? This is the evidence I'm using at the time of this recording, that I'm proclaiming Sussel staying with the Seattle Seahawks for at least this upcoming season here. So let's see what the tweet says here. It comes to us. We weren't allowed to steal the video, eh?
I got the video.
Oh, okay. Let's just have old Shefty explain it to us then. Just to keep your mind at ease. If you bought the shirt, this will put your mind at ease. If you were thinking about buying the shirt, this could put you over the top as far as whether or not you were on the fence. You know, it could put you on the other side. Maybe you'll purchase it now that you know he's going to be sticking around, according to Adam Schefter.
They wanted to trade for Russell Wilson. They tried. They were aggressive. Here is my understanding of how it broke down. In Fargo, North Dakota, during a pro day a couple days ago, Bears general manager Ryan Pace and Seahawks general manager John Schneider met over a possible trade of Russell Wilson. They talked, offers were exchanged. The Bears certainly made a big offer, multiple first-round picks. The Seahawks slept on it. They discussed it. Yesterday, they decided, specifically Coach Pete Carroll, 70 years old, does not want to rebuild, decided we are not trading Russell Wilson to the Bears. At that point, and only at that point, the Bears decided, okay, we will sign Andy Dalton and move forward.
That was a lot of words to just say one simple thing. I found it interesting, though, that Pete Carroll woke up from a sleepless night. He's like, oh, 7 years old. He's like, I have to keep Russell. But yeah, no, I mean, did we slow down the speed on that, by the way, or something? To make it playable or something? Because, man, Shefty sounded wasted.
No,
he was like,
was normal.
And then Pete Carroll woke up from his sleep, and he said, we're not trading Russell Wilson. It sounded like, I mean, is he okay? Is he having a stroke?
I was going to ask, is he, a little
the side of his face
troubled?
Get paralyzed? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's a little alarming, Shefty. Get some sleep, buddy. I know it's the silly season, but get some sleep, buddy, okay? But, yeah, so the Sussel merch, is still relevant and remains to be. Also, you can get the Roach hat and the Roach shirt, the Buffalo Roach, if you'd like to do that as well. So store.ymhstudios.com is where you can go for that. Now, we're going to get right into the sports, even though the nice boy clock hasn't subsided yet.
You want to see my dick? See my dick? See my dick?
What a way to end it. That was beautiful. Thank you to Odd Track Numbers for that once again. Odd Track Numbers providing both remixes today, the news and the sports. So thank you for sending that in. He's always got clutch shit. But I wanted to congratulate Ryan Fitzpatrick. He signed a new contract. He's a journeyman who has gone through every team in the NFL by this point. I mean, he's been on, I think this is his 9th team.
I remember him. He was the one that ended up getting DQ'd from my top 10 QB thing.
Kind of, yeah. He was on the Miami Dolphins, and then they were like, okay, we're going to go with the future, and that was Tua. You can only say his full name. Remember, Tua?
Yeah, Tua Nigamanuolo Pamela, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Something like that. I'm glad. I can speculate on the latter part of the words. The middle part there, a little. No wonder they were like, "Hey, you're gonna go with Tua." But
hey, man, what did we say last week? You got to say it at least once.
Yeah, I have to be like Tua person man Papaya Popola. So exactly, but yeah. So Ryan Fitzpatrick is the guy they replaced for Tua. And they didn't renew his contract. So he was a free agent. People speculated perhaps he'd retire because he's been in the league now for, I want to say 14 seasons. This is his 14th season probably. So people are speculating, probably going to retire. He's been really through all the teams. I mean, this is his 9th one. But he signed with the Washington football team. And he's going to be potentially the starter. So he's going to start for his 9th team, potentially throw a touchdown pass as a starter for his 9th team, which is unbelievable. Now, he used to be the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, and back in 2009, I used to interview him in the locker room, and he has had some wonderful moments in pressers and in interviews, hilarious moments. In fact, the picture that I used to try and sway your opinion, and he was one of those funny moments. He took all of Deshaun Jackson's clothes, and went out to the podium dressed like Deshaun Jackson would dress. And everyone's like, holy shit, he looked insane.
That was one where he had the chains on, right?
Chains and the shades and everything like that.
That's funny because it fit him. It looked good.
Right? He looked cool. But so, I mean, that's just, he has a wonderful personality. He was one of the best interviews. And I regret that I never saved those tapes, But it led me to thinking what tapes I do have. And someone made this for me, but I put it on YouTube, I believe. But this one, I'm going to put it up on the new YouTube channel so you can watch it. The one that we described at the beginning of the episode where we'll be moving the show come May. So please subscribe. It's all in the description of the program here on YouTube and in the audio section. But here is me talking to Marshawn Lynch. Now, I would talk to Marshawn Lynch pretty much once a week. Very short, dumb questions. And someone put a best of together and sent it to me. And I put it to this video here. So I want it. This is from now. Can you Google real quick? I'm sorry. Before we play it, can we just Google when Marshawn Lynch played for the Buffalo Bills? Because I want to get my age precise for you in these clips. Because Annie made an observation that I sound like a child.
You really did, man. You sounded funny as hell.
All right. What years was this?
Let's see. It says he was selected by 2007 NFL draft.
Okay, so he played so this is between the periods of time of 2007, and I believe he was traded 2009 or 2010. So let's just say I was between the ages of 21 and 23 at the time of this. So a long time ago. Let's just play it.
All right, just a couple quick ones about the ladies, actually. So.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
What's the best pick?
Annie, you can stop this at any point if you want to comment on anything, by the way. I want you to feel free. But right out of the gate, I hate how I sound.
I just love it, man. It sounds like this came straight from MTV. All right, so where do you take the ladies?
Dude, it does sound like the 90s because I've been watching the old Real Worlds, and they'll do stuff like Man on the Street stuff for like gags or whatever. I don't know. The one guy, Eric Nies, became the host of The Grind, which is was like a dance show, but he was so like inept at talking to celebrities and things like that he would sound like that. You know what I mean? That was what I don't know. So I feel like a fucking rube in this, but nevertheless, you know, keep it going.
Pickup line to use on a lady when you're trying to scam on.
You said, what's the best pickup line?
Yeah, like when you approach a woman, you know, and you want to take her on a date or whatever. What do you say? What's the best thing?
Well, I'm from Oakland, and you know, when we approach a lady to see, you know, what's going on, I'll probably ask her what it do.
What it do? Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. I'm just like, okay, cool.
You said, okay, cool. There you go. Okay. Like
I am so nervous talking to him, by the way, because like,
of course.
But it's just weird because he looks like, you got to remember, when I was 21, I was like a fucking child. And okay, so here's the thing. I think it was, 2007, I was 21. There's no way.
You sound like 16.
This must have been 2008 because he was drafted in 2007, the end of 2007. Marshawn Lynch and I are the same age is what I was getting at. And he seems like, to me, a grown-ass man, but we're the same age. So that's what's kind of like this weird, that's why he would talk to me, I think. Because he wasn't talking to a lot of other people, especially after he had a little hunky-dory with the police.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, it makes sense that you were asking funny-ass questions where it's like he doesn't have to think too hard.
But we'd have to go like,
press.
he would tell me, he'd be like, not here. Like he would take me in the hallway and talk to me. And I was in the locker room. Now, all the other journalists, I wasn't a journalist. I was a fucking dildo on a rock station. So I dressed like it. I'd have like a Linkin Park shirt on and like ripped up jeans and shit in the locker room. Everyone else wearing suits or ties at least, or polo shirts, like dad clothes. So like some of the people didn't, they were like, I'm not talking to that guy because he's like doing some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
do you have pictures from these times?
I mean, I have some. I don't have them handy.
Like, do you have them on Instagram or anything?
Yeah, but you'd have to scroll. I mean,
far.
Yeah, I mean,
because I want to see what this kid looks like.
I mean, as we play it here, I'll pull them up and I'll airdrop one to you. How about that?
Okay. Let me play.
Because I have it on Facebook, my old Facebook that doesn't exist anymore.
Best place to take a lady, you think? Like, I know you might not know.
Home.
There you go.
Can you go laugh?
Oh yeah, sure. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
You listen to
home. What's the best gift a girl's ever given you?
Ever given me?
Yeah.
Well, a girl paid my rent before.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was.
Was it expensive?
At the time it was.
You straight up, you asked him if his rent was expensive. He's like, man, what the fuck?
At the time it was. Now it's that means he's making a little more cake these days. Yeah, I straight up asked him. I like how he says like, where's the best place to take a girl is home to. That shit made me laugh so much.
That was a baller answer.
Yeah, he is, but that's like, this is when he was young. He didn't even know now he's like a media superstar. You know what I mean? He's making hilarious jokes all of the time. And he's one of the funniest guys to have on a mic. So this is back before anybody knew any of that. Sorry, I'm sending you a picture now. This is brooding Josh back in 2008. Hair and everything. So, and he's going to pull that up and then we'll continue. But yeah, no, I mean, this is my point. Like, he eventually went on to become a superstar in the league. And when he started playing for the Seahawks, he famously wouldn't talk to anybody at the Super Bowl, which would give him a fine. And he literally did a press conference where he answered every question, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Like, they were like, so what are you looking forward to about the Super Bowl? He's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Next. And then the next one he'd be like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So everyone's like, holy crap, this is hilarious, you know? But I was one of the guys that he would actually like look forward to talking to. And I don't know if he'd ever remember any of this, but it was a blip in time for him. And for me, it was like a comet shooting through my life. You know what I'm saying?
So this dude must have been like a giant though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was tiny. Obviously, I'm still the same height. If anything, I've gotten larger, wider in terms of weight or what have you. But yeah, he was a monster to me.
Yeah, I mean,
and so I was like intimidated by that. And he was super cool. And, you know, I mean,
that's what I was thinking. Like, if you're trying to interview a man like that, I mean, it's a beast of a specimen standing in front of you. You're just like, where do you take a girl?
Yeah, not only that, like, he's a cool...
the inner city blacks.
So I was a little, like, intimidated by that.
and hold on, I got your picture now. So now we get to see who was interviewing this man?
Yeah, so this
Bruh.
is me back in that time frame, 2007, 2008.
Bruh.
Hell yeah, that's my professional radio headshot.
Yo.
Josh Potter, listen to him every 7 till 10 every night on 103.3 The Edge.
Yo, we would have been fucking friends.
Yeah, dude, I was chill.
Yeah, you
Chill
look like
AF.
it. You look
Let's see
chill
the
as
other
shit.
picture real quick.
Hold
the
up.
brooding one. This is like... Yeah.
You got the emo face, bro.
That's right, my friend. Emo to the max. It's like, I'm burnt out at 22. I live too fast and I die too young. You know, fucking Bayside lyrics all day long.
Oh my god, man! I always wondered if you were playing those songs on your Twitch when you go to the bathroom. You play them in the headphones. I always wondered if those were ironic that you were just playing those.
No, that's
old,
that's my like coming of age.
Yeah, you're like,
Music.
let's put this banger on real quick.
Well, that's why we were talking about recognizing a rapper earlier, which we'll get to in the program in a moment. But you were talking, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Like, if it was Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, I would have nailed that one. But I don't know otherwise.
That's so funny.
So yeah, there you go. You've got an image in your mind now of who's speaking to Marshawn Lynch.
All right, let me
Let's
play
keep
more
it
of
going.
Let me
Go,
play.
rewind it a little bit so we don't miss anything. Just a smidge, just so it goes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was
Was it expensive?
at the time it was.
There you go. Okay. What do you think the best name for a hurricane is?
You said a hurricane?
Yeah.
What I name a hurricane? I don't know. Hurricane. That's what I call it.
If you could
So
play
pause it
against
real quick. Go back a smidge. But I got to tell you this, folks. This is, again, a best of, if you will. Like someone took every week I would talk to him and ask him various questions. So there would be like a week where I think that was a week when like a bad hurricane was going on or something, like Hurricane Ike or some shit. I don't know what it would have been. And then I was like, what would you name a fucking hurricane? So that's why some of these are like wildly out of context. They sound stupid, but that's where they're coming from. I just wanted to let you know.
His answer though.
Hurricane.
I
It's
can't
both.
think of nothing else.
It's both weirdly creative and not a real, like, didn't try at all. Effortless.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, I don't know if he's a stoner. I mean, like, I won't put that on him. I think he is, but at the time, who knows, you know? And in fact, this was pre-Skittles Marshawn Lynch, which he's known for. He has like an endorsement by them now. Skittles make an appearance in this. Keep going.
Hurricane. That's what I call it.
If you could play against any Hall of Famer, who would you want to show up a little bit? You know.
Who would I want to play against?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard question.
Any linebackers you want to just like totally juke out of their shorts or what?
Juke out of their shorts. Good one,
No,
Josh.
it'd probably be a running back I would want to play against. But I mean, there's so many of them. That's a hard one. Yeah, that's a hard one.
What's the last book that you checked out?
That's a good one.
You asked.
What's the last book you checked
You
out?
asked a football.
He could have said the playbook or something, you know? I don't know.
That's true. Hold on. Let me think. What does he say?
The last book I read. I know I had to read a few for college, but I'm not sure the exact last one.
That's honesty.
What's any
That's
fall
honesty.
television shows you can't wait to check out? Anything sparking your attention?
No, not right now. I'm not a real big TV guy.
Pause it real quick. That book part, honesty. He could have lied and been like, just named like Lovely Bones or something.
I don't even know what the fuck is lovely.
I just
Bones?
named a trendy book at the time. I'm trying to bring my brain back to 2008. Pretty much where my brain paused, I would say. Because after this, it was like, let's get high every day. And I pretty much started comedy. So it's been a blur since this time frame. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you were in that, you know this is going to get played somewhere. Would you want to admit you hadn't read a book since college and you can't even remember one of the ones you read then?
I mean, I've admitted that I don't know any celebrity that exists today. So I mean,
That's true, but that's more of like,
okay.
I'm cool.
Is it? I don't
Well,
think so.
you can
I think
pretend,
it's
but
I'm
that's totally
uninformed.
like everyone's like, you know, it's like one of those. I'm too cool for fucking celebrities. I'm on your fucking gay celebrity shit. But this is so yeah. He doesn't read any books, and he didn't know any television show. I thought he would name something funny for a television show. He did not. So continue.
Yeah, that surprises me too. That's a cool part about this. He's just riffing with you. Like, you could tell he enjoys just riffing with you. Like,
yeah, that's what it was great about. I mean, I had so much fun talking to him all the time, and I wish I had all the tapes of it so I could find some like maybe underrated gems or whatever. But I'm glad this exists for the time being.
Any movies coming out you like?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get Ocean's 13.
Ocean's 13.
Yeah, but I can't find it nowhere.
Oh yeah,
that's a real one right there.
Let's go.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
No problem.
What was the coolest part about Toronto this week?
Coolest part about Toronto? Actually just being out there because it was my first time. So I was kind of juiced about, just actually going up there and going to a whole nother country though.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you going to be passing out for trick-or-treaters on Halloween? Any candy you got in mind?
Halloween question.
Well, I know what candy I'm going to be looking to receive. I'm going to be looking for some Skittles. So if they come into my door, they better have something to exchange for me, though. Some Skittles for some. I probably had some Snickers or something for them.
Wait, so you got that before his Skittles?
Before he went all Skittles hype, I was like, Marshawn loves Skittles. Like, I remember saying that on the radio. I was like, guys, Marshawn loves Skittles.
Damn,
it's weird.
So he didn't even sell out. He stayed true.
Yeah, he just really loves Skittles. Like, he's one of those guys like living his truth. And now he has a Skittles endorsement. He's in Skittles fucking commercials. It's wild. Keep going.
What did you dress up for Halloween? You got any costumes in mind for this year or what?
Nah. Right now, I don't even know right now to keep it real, but I probably. You know what? I really ain't got no idea what I would want to be for Halloween right now.
What do you think I should be for Halloween? Anything?
I pause it real quick. I asked him, what do you think I should be for Halloween?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that.
Now keep in mind who's interviewing him. Do we have those pictures again? Yeah. He's eyeing me up and down, and he's seeing this kid. And let's see what he says.
Austin Powers. Yeah. You kind of look like Austin Powers a little bit, though.
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
You look like Austin Powers a little bit, huh?
Yeah, right?
Should be Austin Powers.
There you go. Good choice. Maybe I'll work. Because I got to get some suggestions. So.
And get you a mini-me and a little naked cat.
It's kind of confusing Dr. Evil and Austin Powers there, right? But I wasn't going to call him on it.
I thought he was gonna call his friend. I thought he was like,
he
"Hey,
did.
G."
He did. That was George.
Like,
he was talking to George Wilson.
Oh.
George Wilson was standing there. He goes, "Hey, G, you look like Austin Powers a bit, don't he?" And George Wilson, very soft spoken, was just like, "Yes, sir." Like,
he sure does, Chief.
Yes, sir. He does. But yeah, so we'll get that up on the brand new YouTube channel.
That's classic, man.
For you to check that out. So yeah, I sound like a little kid, and I was talking to that's why he's my dream guest to get on this program at some point. We'll see how we can work that down the road.
How many, like, so I guess not even question, how many interviews did you do with him, like, give or take? Like,
I mean, like, probably like a dozen.
Damn. That's so cool. And it was obvious, like, he was vibing with you, like.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he got into trouble during that time a couple of times, and he wasn't doing any media, and he would sneak me in the hallway and still answer my dumb question, because he knew that it wasn't going to be anything about any of that, and it wasn't going to be anything about football even.
You're like, what's your favorite food? He's
exactly,
like, well.
yeah. And so he would do that, and it would count for him to do media.
Oh, wait. Oh, like that counted towards his contracts?
I mean, I don't know if it's in their contract that I think they have to do a certain amount, but if you commit a crime or something like that, they keep you away from it.
Yeah, of course.
But he could do mine, and like it wouldn't have any consequence, so he was still kind of out there and stuff.
I see, okay.
And I wouldn't bother him like if it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like 3 days ago, I wasn't like, Marshawn, you want to answer my fucking dumb question? I would just say what's up to him, and I let him have his piece. But like, yeah, I mean, so I was like the only one who by the end of the year, he wasn't talking to anybody. And then he did get traded, and that like stung. But I did get an autographed rookie jersey that I had like hanging up in my apartment, and I sold it to move here. But I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back though.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna.
Because I just sold it to a friend.
Oh, to a friend. Okay.
And he said he'll sell it back to me.
Hey,
I have to mark it up a bit though.
Dude, you gotta get him on the show, man.
That's my dream. So we'll see how it goes. But let's continue now with the sports. Again, if you want to watch that, it'll be up on the new YouTube channel you can subscribe to when this show is out. So it should be there right now. But let's see here. We've got a sports reporter, a roving roach out there, sending this in. Caleb A Wild coach discusses getting hammered and banging in an all-time presser. Did he send a video with this?
Yes, I do have a video.
All right, I'll read it while you pull it up here. Dean Evison has had a hell of a debut season heading up the Minnesota Wild bench, putting his Jack Adams bid for NHL Coach of the Year in early and often through the first half of his rookie campaign. More importantly, now I didn't write this. I don't know if Caleb wrote this article, but it's a lot of like real cheeky stuff in here. So strap in. I don't know if this is just Caleb's email or if this is
it's
from
Yahoo Sports.
Oh,
It's
is
to
this
be expected.
Wyshynski? I actually like Wyshynski. Maybe it's him. He is funny. So I'll give it some.
It is Kyle Cantlin.
I don't know who that is. Fuck him. If it's not Wyshynski, go fuck yourself. I only read Greg's stuff. Anyway, more importantly, to simp fans of this nonsense like me at least, he's probably already a lock for the non-existent yet extremely prestigious Absurd Soundbite of the Year award, Waka Waka, that I just made up after he registered this instant classic during his Tuesday call with reporters. All right, let's hear what he had to say.
This and rest. Has it made it tougher this year to integrate guys? I'm not just talking Johansson, but anyone who's been injured. Like, has it made it tougher to integrate them back into game shape lineup with so few practices in between?
It hasn't made it tougher, but it's made it different because normally you'd be, wow, we're not going to let one guy like skate for one day and then put him right back in the lineup. You'd usually have a couple of days of practice with the group and bumping and grinding. It's tough to do, physical drills when you're playing every second night. I mean, you're not going to be banging each other down low when you banged the night before and you're about to get hammered again the night, the next night. So that's a little bit different, but I think our staff has done a great job from the training staff and from Sean Scahan getting them ready in the gym.
Okay. So, I mean, I thought it was going to be a little more egregious than that based off the headline here, Caleb. But nevertheless, that is an interesting choice of words. It's very much like our friend who was like taking it on the chin and swallowing that load or whatever, remember?
Yeah, not quite as artistic, but he did try. He gave it his best.
Right, and you could tell again, as they sow these seeds, they find themselves saying these words, and then they're like, what the fuck am I saying? And they have to dig themselves out of it. But at one point, I thought he said banging girls. But he didn't say that. It was like as far as banging physically goes or something wild. But yeah, he just kept saying banging and banging and banging over and over again. It's like, all right, man, pick a different word.
Yeah, and his face was so like reactionless that I almost don't even know if he meant it. Like if he understands what he said.
Hockey coaches are often stifling their personality because if all hockey coaches are psychopaths, at least the good ones. And he seems like he fits that bill because they're on the bench. They're like, change it up. They're like yelling at people. They're like, get your fucking ass in. Like they're fucking, you can read their lips because they're like they're in a suit and shit, but they're like, and so this guy, I think when they get in a press conference, a lot of them show no emotion. They're like, yeah, no, I'm just a nice Canadian fella, and so this kind of shit is hilarious to me that they have just like lacking vocabulary, and he has to keep saying banging and banging and getting hammered. But then this guy picked it out. Caleb, good job sending that in. Not Wyshynski, terrible article. You ruined it. You ruined the sound bites with all your cheekiness.
Is Caleb fired?
Caleb's not fired because all he did was send us this other guy. What was his fucking name?
It's Kyle Cantlin.
Kyle Cantlin, you're fired.
Kyle Cantlin, we're canceling Kyle Cantlin?
He's not canceled, he's fired.
Yeah.
Difference. There's a difference. He didn't do anything wrong other than suck. You ruined it for me. If I would have I should have maybe heard the soundbite first, but I don't even know that I would have picked up on that, to be honest with you. It's just hockey talk. And I bet if you told the coach, you're like, hey man, that sounded like you were talking about sex. He'd be like, what are you, gay? I'm talking about hockey. Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us by Sunday. Now, I am an immature adult. I live in an apartment still. I would love someday to have a lawn of my own to take care of. I have many a friend who have families and houses who are just always talking about their lawn care, their lawn maintenance, how much pride they take in it. Well, Sunday is helping people take even more pride in their lawn care and making it a little bit easier as well, because it can often be a pain in the ass from what I understand. And I hooked up my buddy Al with this product, and I can't wait to hear it. He hasn't received it yet, so we're all very excited. He's very excited. He's super amped about his lawn all the time. But with Sunday, all you have to do is go to getsunday.com and you put in your home address, and their free lawn analysis tool takes care of the rest for you in just seconds. It's pretty cool, actually. It gives you a little map out and everything of your lawn. And Sunday uses soil and climate data to create a tailored nutrient plan, so you get all the stuff your lawn needs and nothing it doesn't, because different environments, different soils, you see, different climates, it all goes into the equation. Sunday is made with ingredients that you can actually pronounce, like seaweed, iron, and molasses, so you can grow and feel better about it. And it can grow better, as a matter of fact, because of these sort of natural things. Sunday explains exactly what you get and why, and everything is sent straight to your door, right when you need it. So all you have to do is attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray. Boom-bitty-boom. Lawn care used to take up the whole day for people. Now it's only like 15 minutes. It's crazy. And it really works, which is wonderful. And I look forward to hearing all about my friend's bountiful lawn that he's going to start maintaining and getting a boner over, because that's what he does. He's got such a dad boner over his lawn all the time. So let Sunday take the guesswork out of growing a greener, more beautiful lawn this spring. You can visit getsunday.com/Josh and you can get $20 off your custom lawn plan at checkout. That's $20 off your custom plan at getsunday.com/Josh. Let's get into the news. Am I missing one? Let's see if it's in here.
And by the way, that's 2 weeks in a row, odd track numbers, baby.
That's what I was saying earlier.
He's always giving us bangers.
He's
remixes,
bangers.
full songs.
Banger, banger, banger. At one after another. Where is the one I want? This one. Ha ha ha! It's here. This one. This is a little game we can play. Diabolical or genius? I guess that means, is Chris there? That's the same thing probably, right?
Wait, what?
I was asking Chris vocabulary questions.
Oh.
Diabolical and genius, does that mean the same thing technically?
No.
What's the difference? Explain for the people at home. I, of course, know.
Diabolical is like you're conniving and evil in your cleverness.
But isn't that genius ipso facto?
I would say,
despite its bent.
I would say all diabolic people are geniuses, but not all geniuses are diabolic.
Touché. That's exactly what I was getting at. So, this headline reads, Mother sends deepfake nudes to get daughter's cheerleading rivals kicked off team. How much do you love your kid? This article goes on to say it's good for parents to support their children in their hobbies and goals. Some might even call it a requirement of being a parent. But as with so many other things, sometimes things go just that one step too far. A Philadelphia woman has been charged with misdemeanor crimes on counts of cyber harassment of a child. She distributed doctored deepfake videos and photos of her daughter's cheerleading rivals, reported the Philadelphia Inquirers. Her name is Rafaela Spone, 50 years old. Hey, shout out for being 50 and being able to do deepfakes. If only you used your powers for good and not evil, you would just be a genius and not diabolical, as Chris articulated so properly. She was arrested March 4th after sending video deepfakes, supposedly depicting her victims in independent situations. Her daughter, along with the harassed girls, are all members of the traveling cheerleading troupe called Victory Vipers, based in Doylestown. She's charged with sending the pictures and videos anonymously to the targeted girls and several cheerleading coaches. The messages showed the girls engaging in compromising behavior, including drinking, smoking, and partying naked. She could have went real deep with those. She only did drinking, smoking, and partying naked. She could have been like really doctoring some nonsense. You know what I mean? Could have been like a Brazzers banner. You know what I'm getting at? A little gang action. In addition, Spone allegedly wrote text messages to the victims. The texts included such lovely sentiments as telling them to kill themselves. Wonderful. I mean, she really dug the fucking knife and twisted it at that point. It's bad enough she's like, uh-oh, are they smoking? And she did it with smoke. That means they had to bring something to their face. And she deepfaked all that.
Yeah, she deepfaked.
There was no
plus
pixelation.
After Effects and Photoshop.
What if she was so shitty at it that it ratted her out? That's how they figured it out. They're like, that's clearly a fucking attempt at a deepfake. It's like all like pixelated and shit.
I mean, it had to have been. That's definitely why she got caught. She's 50 doing this? There's no way she did a good job.
They're just nonsense.
She just Googled it. Like, how could I make other people's faces on someone else's face?
She emailed it with her name, Rafaela Spone at gmail.com. They'll never know. So awful messages. Yes, she has. Oh, see, these are the text messages. The texts told detectives that she had no friends and that she should off herself. Oh, not detectives. Detectives read one of the texts of the victims. Excuse me, I don't want to say their name. Said that she has no friends and she should off herself, and it went on for months. It soon spread to include the coaches at the Victory Vipers. And the victim herself received photos that allegedly showed the girl naked, drinking, and smoking vapes. I just knew it wasn't real because I don't smoke. Well, yeah, I mean, you would know it's not real. Also, it's like, that's not my body.
I also don't send nudes to everybody.
Yeah,
like, that's
I
not
was
the
never,
first
I don't
thing.
even know what house this is at.
I send nudes with my girlfriends in the cheerleading all the time, but I don't smoke, though. That's
Yeah,
obvious.
that was the real tipping point.
Come on. That was just unrealistic.
I don't smoke vapes. God. The other girls had received pictures that supposedly portrayed them in bikinis. Accompanying text said the photos were taken while the girls were drinking at a beach. I don't even know. There's no beach here, lady. What are you talking about? Anyway, she's denying guilt, it says here. For her part, Spone denies guilt. Her attorney told 6ABC that he won't make specific comments as the DA is yet to present any evidence. She has absolutely denied what they're charging her with, and because of that fact, that this has hit the press, she has received death threats. Oh, poor her, boo-hoo. Now she's doing this, you know. Isn't that always funny? The people that are like, kill yourself, and then someone replies, kill yourself. They're like, oh, how dare you? It's the same thing with like criticism online. On a tweet or something, somebody writes something critical, and then someone's like, no, you suck. And they're like, oh, harassment.
Hey, fuckhead, don't make me block you. Like, what? You just did the same shit?
They report it to Twitter too, or some shit too.
Of course. They'd be the first people to do that. I wonder why, by the way. Why?
Well, because her daughter was clearly low on the depth chart. This is any kind of, if you're a good parent and you care about your kids' hobbies, as the article said, how far are you going to go so that they can succeed? If they can't do it by their sheer talent and will, you got to step in somewhere. And this woman, she shot her shot. What can you say? You know?
So it's like she would have became cheerleading captain or some shit?
She was
about to
probably
get
like
kicked
a
off?
base, you know? I'm going to judge based off of the actions of this mother. She was a base, which means she was sturdy.
Oh.
So she was lifting the other ones, you know? Maybe she wanted to be a flyer. That's the ones that do all the twirls.
How the fuck you know this?
My sister's a cheerleader.
Ah, there you go. Okay. I'm like, there's no way you should know these things.
I should have definitely thrown that little factoid out there. It's like, how do you know so much about cheerleading, you fucking creep? My sister was a cheerleader.
I also want to know.
And she coaches it.
I also want to know something else. How the fuck did you know Chris would know the difference between Diabolical and Genius? What gave you that inclination?
I mean, he's well read.
God damn.
He's educated. I mean, are we denying that? Has this not been the narrative?
No, he's smart as shit. It's just wild that you called on him for something so specific. And he's like, well, actually, the specific difference. Like, what? Where did this come from? It's not that it's that crazy of a word. It's just like that he was so specific in the answer. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm glad that blew your mind.
You know what?
Didn't seem so. I mean, I'm happy that it did.
I got my strengths, all right? Fuck out
Of course. You're just jealous that I called. I'm like, how did you? You're like, I'm pissed that you knew that.
I was just sitting there, I'm just like, God damn, he had like a full-on answer for this shit. Like, okay.
This fucking bitch is definitely going to be Queef of the Week. Not the one we were just discussing. The new one. Because we don't know if this one's guilty yet, this lady. She has not been convicted. Only in a court of public opinion. I'm going to say she did it, though. Anywho, this next lady, 100% Queef of the Week.
Queef of the Week.
Holly, thank you for that one, dear. Very, very happy that Holly sent that in. Continue to send your queefs. I'm glad, by the way, before we get into the story, I'm glad that women are sending their own queefs now. 2 weeks in a row. We've got a couple before that. We had, of course, a celebrity queef, Molly Stewart, very lovely. We have so many, though, coming in from, like, so-and-so's
we even had a transgender man.
Transgender man. We're definitely crossing boundaries with our queefs. I love it. Or not crossing boundaries, but help me out here.
Breaking new ground?
Yes, sure, whatever. Whatever's safe. Huh?
Breaking barriers?
Breaking barriers, yes. The glass ceiling. But I'm happy, though, that women are sending them themselves now more frequently. And you were telling me about a video, because here's the thing. I've gotten women I've been conversing with through messages and things like that who have said, I really want to send in a queef, and I've been trying like the Dickens, and I just can't muster one up.
Yeah.
And it's such a sad tale.
Yeah,
you hear it and I get upset. I'm like, oh, no, practice makes perfect, Keep giving it a try. You never know. But you got a video. Tell me what that one was about.
Yeah, I got a video from a girl and a guy. They were like in the kitchen, and she was like pacing around, and he was like, come on, like you got to do it. Like, why aren't you doing it? What's wrong? She said, you do this all the time. She's like, I gotta this, and she's making excuses and stuff. Like they're trying to get one, and it. By the way, it never comes. It's just a video of them trying, and the email reads, "I tried my hardest, Roach King."
Will they allow us to show it perhaps next week?
Possibly. I'll ask him. All right,
find out, because I would like to see the turmoil on their face as they try to conjure a queef. That would be lovely.
It was just funny.
But it's such a sad tale. Yeah, every time a person tries to muster one up and they can't, a piece of me dies. I don't know. Because I know that they are trying so hard. Sarah Weincheck did not enjoy the queefs a couple weeks ago, eh?
No, she was. She's like, "Is this really what you do?" And you're like, "Every week,
all the time. We get inundated." But yes, thank you again to Holly.
Queef of the Week.
So this woman is. You might have already seen her, by the way, because she was viral for being in an Uber and attacking a man with her cough. Is that correct? Do we have both videos?
Yeah, I do have both videos.
Well, let's see the one that everyone was discussing at one point here, because she was arrested for coughing on and attacking an Uber driver.
Fuck the man! Fuck the man! I got corona. Yeah, what's up? Fuck the shit. What you gonna do? What the hell? Put your hands on me. You have to get your ass on shit. Now you gotta get beat the fuck out. Yeah, now you about to get beat the fuck out.
1 star. This woman obviously could never drive in an Uber again, right? After this?
Yeah, what's funny is Uber banned her publicly, and then she made a video, like a long video about, yo, fuck that shit, man. I'm gonna go to Lyft. Lyft's the best ever. And immediately Lyft was like, you can't come to us either.
Take that shit elsewhere.
She didn't even have an account. They're like, nah, don't make one.
Yeah.
You can't get in.
Spirit Air's like, no. Can't even ride on our benches.
Yeah, she's wild, and man, her friends are the scariest to me, like in that video, because it was like that hype man mentality where there was no real cause for any of this. They're just like, we're gonna beat the fuck out, like.
That did get scary, and I'm glad you said it, because I would have been canceled for saying it. They would have thought I was over here, John Otto.
The inner city blacks.
And I'd be like, no, they happen to be scary. Not because of that.
Yeah, they're way scarier. She's just trying to be that new bad baby shit. You already see it.
That's very true. And there's something attractive about those kind of girls to me. Is that weird? Like the ones that get all they get all out of. Yeah, to me, I kind of like when they get all spicy like that. I'm like,
yeah, but
see, my dick moved.
But here's the thing, bro, is that spicy, like for the camera, and then once you got her,
That's kind of what I like about it.
yeah, but you know that once you got her like to yourself, she ain't gonna do nothing.
It's kind of what I like about it.
What? You want her to be boring and shit?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of you. You got me.
Like, I don't
up.
want it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I want I want an off switch.
Yeah, you want a girl.
But then when you're out or something and all of a sudden, like, listen, when I say I want it, I'm saying it's like what Dr. Drew says about butterflies versus electricity. Like, I'll see that out and I'll be like, I'm so glad I'm not with that woman, but I would like to have sex with that woman.
Hold on, let me get this straight. You just saw that video and you used her as an example for butterflies instead of lightning bolts?
Lightning bolts instead of butterflies. I don't know which one's bad.
It's lightning bolts are bad.
Yeah, no, I know.
Butterflies are good.
Yeah, no, I didn't get butterflies.
A butterfly, nigga.
No, I didn't get butterflies. I got lightning bolts.
That's bad.
I know.
But you're saying that's what you like.
That's
it's
what happens. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I'd never do anything about it.
Like, I mean, okay, I get what you're saying. Like, I dig. It's bad to say, but I like the psychos too. I get it. But she's not a psycho is what I'm saying. She's just for the camera. This is all. She's just a fucking hype girl.
Well,
it's just like Bad Baby. You know Bad Baby wouldn't do nothing if she was like really had to be about something.
I'm not going to comment on her because she is underage.
No, I don't mean I don't mean like that. I'm saying if she
clearing
got, like,
myself
for instance,
of all. I don't want to talk about her. I've accidentally liked a few photos on Instagram, and I'm like, oh God, what's going on with me? Oh God, what did I do? I'm over. I'm canceled. But this woman got arrested again, for the record. And this time it wasn't, I mean, she's not in an Uber anymore. She's driving a McLaren. Like,
which that's the most shocking part.
Where did she get it?
Yeah, what happened?
Is she so viral that McLaren's like, hey, you may not be able to get a ride share, but we'll just hook you up with a car for some Instagram pub. How's that sound? You think she got one of those deals?
I mean, there's no way McLaren would have seen her publicity and been like, let's jump on board with this one.
We're trying our new viral campaign. We are going to lend cars to influencers.
Specifically the bad ones.
Really toxic ones that only have a blip of fame. Let's see how it works. What the fuck? What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
122 miles per hour it got up to.
Yeah.
How fast did Tom go with Lindsay in the car?
Oh God, he said something like 150 something. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's wilding for that. But,
so we can't even really judge this lady for this one. She just got caught.
No, I feel like not only is her driving experience nowhere near Tom's, she's also filming.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she had the phone out. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Did she say she was on work?
What's that?
No, that's a song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she Nadav said, did she say she's off a perk? But which don't get me wrong, probably, but but it's a song. She's singing a song.
Is she white? You think, or what is she?
Whatever she is, she ain't what she's trying to be. Let me tell you that.
Like, because white girls that talk like that are interesting to me. I'm not saying that they're like doing it in a phony capacity. I'm just saying it's always fun and interesting to me. You know?
Yeah, she looked kind of Middle Eastern to me.
Okay.
A little bit of Middle Eastern.
Again, not your average bear there, then, eh? Little. Speaking of bears, Panda Express. Something wild's been happening with those folks. This one is not one from our Roach reporters. This is one that I found. We all know about team building exercises for companies and things like that. They make you do exercises, icebreakers, you know, like doing the name game or something lame like that. This one is interesting. It's like they took a different approach, I guess I gotta say. So let's see here. Let's get into the article. According to a lawsuit, now Panda Express has been charged for bizarre team building seminars here. According to this lawsuit, the employee in question, who shall remain unnamed as a courtesy, began working at Panda Express in 2016. 3 years later, she was told she was up for a promotion. However, there was a caveat. She had to go to a mandatory self-improvement seminar, and she said, I was eager to improve my skills and advance within my company. Panda Express. You ever eat there?
I hate Panda Express.
All right, shitting on it right out of the gate. That's fine. You're going to be happy that you don't like it after this. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had it sometimes. I have it semi recently. I've had it.
Yeah, you like the chains, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. There's one close to me. It's just it gets fast there on Postmates and shit.
Well, you'll be happy to know, right here in our own backyard, Los Angeles, California, Panda Express pushed its employees to complete a live seminars training. So I guess it's a company that does training for these types of things. And in many cases, it was a prerequisite to a promotion. So the employee's attorney, Oscar Ramirez, he indicates that 20 to 50 Panda Express employees attended this seminar. The meeting was held at a warehouse in East LA. As they arrived, each attendee was required to present their Panda Express employee identity number. They received their Panda branded introductory materials, and the seminar got underway. Right off the bat, though, things took a turn for the bizarre and downright terrifying. The lawsuit alleges that the organizers instructed attendees to sit down, shut up, and not talk to anyone. Then the organizers left, and the employees were left to sit alone in complete silence for an hour.
What's the problem so far? This is just a Dan Pena conference.
I guess you're right. I was thinking they took tactics up from a little organization known as ISIS.
Which, according to you, is progressive.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because what this also reminds me of is our military. Just the higher parts. You know, Navy SEALs and shit. Come on. Tell me this doesn't read a Navy SEAL training. I didn't do it, so I don't know, but
yeah, I've never been
I've watched a few movies. Hey, I know as much about Navy SEALs as I do about ISIS. So keep that in mind as we continue. Anyhow, the halls, windows, and doors were covered in black cloth. There was no clock, and in addition to speaking, the attendees weren't allowed to use their phones. Well, okay. Suddenly, a man burst into the room and started screaming in Spanish at everyone. He told the attendees they were nothing and didn't matter. I guess that part was in English. Since they were doing nothing, both collectively and individually. Mind you, this wasn't some deranged madman that managed to slip into the building. He was a part of a live seminars. He was an employee of theirs who had been instructed to act this way. The atmosphere resembled less of a self-improvement seminar, more than it resembled a site for the off-the-books interrogation of terrorist suspects. So they even said in this article, it's like our own fucking FBI. So what do you say now? The sensory isolation and intimidation were reinforced by constant yelling and verbal abuse by the seminar staff, creating an atmosphere of fear in the room. And that's not all. It gets worse. The strange screaming exercise sounds bad enough, but that was only day one. During the next day, the plaintiff alleges the organizers forced her to strip down into her underwear in front of everyone present. This was supposedly a trust-building exercise.
Yo, you know what this is? This is, you seen that movie with Jennifer Lawrence, The Red Sparrow?
No.
Where she's a spy? This is that.
Right, like it's a spy interrogation type shit.
You're right.
It's to break them down mentally so that nothing in their brain works except for must become profitable for Panda Express. You have to constantly have General Tso's chicken on your mind and how much to buy and how much that you sell and inventories and things like that.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't like going there, but whenever I've been there to like order for a company or whatever, I'm not going to lie. They've always been super efficient. I've always wondered how they get that done. Now I know.
Terrorist-like activities.
Terrorism.
And so, I mean, just breaking them down mentally. They made this woman strip down to her underwear in front of everybody as a trust-building exercise. Now, this is where they bring in the guy who's like a smooth talker. He's like, no, you see, everyone's going to do it. And you're going to go first. And ultimately, you have to trust that the rest of us will. That's how you grow. So, yeah, they made her strip down. And then, okay, so she's stripped down. Let's see, because this gets wild here. A live seminar staff were openly ogling the women in their state of undress, smiling and laughing. So they're like, oh, she's doing it. Can you believe she's doing it? Oh my God. No, this is about trust. She stripped down, almost naked in front of strangers and coworkers. She was extremely uncomfortable, pressed on because she knew it was her only chance at that promotion. God, you can't work at like fucking another Chinese food place? I don't know. To top off the exercise, the staff told the employees to stand up and yell about their inner struggles until everyone else standing in the seminar believed them. So they have to just be like, I have a small penis. I have a small penis. And someone's like, I get it, dude. I believe you. He's like, thank God I can stop. But you know, there's someone who's like, looks pretty big there. He's like, no, it's small. This didn't sit quite right with some of the attendees. One man also stripped down to his underwear, and he broke down in tears. So he was like, I have a small penis. And he was crying. To try and cheer him up, the training staff instructed the plaintiff to take the man into the middle of the room and hug it out in the underwear while everyone present was watching. It's like, yeah, why don't you hug each other? Yeah. Hug them harder. As a supposed training event went on, the lawsuit said things got weirder and more cultish. A live seminar staff proceeded to dim the lights. The plaintiff and other attendees were instructed to stand up and close their eyes, pretending that a light from above would come down and take all the negative energy out of them. Then pretend that a hole opened up in the ground and swallowed the negative energy. What the fuck, Panda Express?
Can you imagine the regional manager?
Just get to the fried rice already. While this was happening, one of the Alive Seminar staff had a cell phone with a light on, recording the plaintiff in her state of undress. So he's like, yeah, close your eyes. Oh, yeah, I'm getting good stuff here. The whole event was strictly controlled. If anyone wanted to go to the bathroom, an Alive employee would stand behind the door the entire time. Good God. Make sure they're not calling 911. We don't want the fucking cops in here like that shit that went down with Chipotle, okay? At one point, one of the attendees had to throw up. Not only was he chased to the bathroom by a staff member, he was only given a small trash can to throw up in, and he had to do it while everyone watched. Fuck. The plaintiff...
How many fetishes these motherfuckers have? Jesus.
You must watch them all. It's about trust to the great panda. They have a panda in the room. They're like, bow to it and shit. The plaintiff had had enough at this point. She made up a family emergency and left the event saying goodbye to her promotion, the court documents say. Horrific psychological abuse. After the ordeal, the plaintiff claims Panda Express didn't give a hoot or holler about the psychological torture of its employees. Her promotion was, of course, denied, and her work conditions became intolerable. How about those other fucking employees who were like, sorry, Amanda, but I got to get this promotion, so I'm going to do all the weird shit they say and deny that you're telling the truth about it.
Yeah, you were kind of being a pussy, to be honest.
I mean, did you have to be such a bitch? Why couldn't you hug Roger when he was crying about his dick being small? You didn't have to be such a bitch about it. I mean, really. It was just for a few hours. We're looking forward to presenting this case to a jury so that the clear message can be sent to Panda Express, which owns and operates 2,000 restaurants, that it put an end to this practice of requiring its employees to undergo horrific psychological abuse and harassment to be promoted. For their part, Alive Seminars claims it is not aware that a Panda Express mandates attending one of their seminars for promotions. They're like, we just thought this shit was fun. We just thought they wanted to come hang out. We do not condone this type of behavior. The plaintiff has alleged it took place at Alive Seminars in the coaching academy, and we would not intentionally allow it to occur within or on our behalf of our organization, the company said. So I don't know if that's Alive Seminars or if that is Panda Express, but they are both like washing their hands clean of it all. They like, fuck this shit. I've never had to do any of that bullshit. I've had to do like leadership camps where we do trust falls and stuff like that. It's a lot of wilderness-based shit.
To be honest, though, all of those I feel like
they have a little cult element to it. Yes, yeah, every time. And then all of a sudden they'll slip in a piece of the Lord, and you're like, whoa. What's God have to do with it? We're all of a sudden we're God people?
I'm trying to remember. Wow. You know, there's gotta be some shit that I just like buried, because I remember I went to like it wasn't Club Scouts, but it was like, or Cub Scouts? Club Scouts?
Cub Scouts. Yeah.
Cub Scouts, my bad. Club Scouts. Goddamn. But it wasn't that, but it was supposed to like try to be like that. And now I'm remembering Those motherfuckers said that we had to sleep with our shirts off. That was like a
my
mandated
Lord.
thing.
Yeah, that was
and
just
not weird to me.
That was
time.
probably just that branch with that guy.
Yeah,
it's just in the rules.
That's wild. I did not even think about how weird that was.
I used to do this one guy. He was like a friend of ours, and he would come hang out with us and everything. And he's like, "Hey, you should come to this place I go to like play basketball or whatever. We play like crazy cool games. You get free candy and stuff." Like we were like, "Oh wow, okay." And it was at a church, and we're like, it's at a church, but so is a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? We play basketball games and like soccer at churches and stuff. Yeah, and then we'd like watch a movie, and it would be like a movie we had all heard of, you know, a PG movie, but one we'd all heard of or whatever. And then they would come on afterwards, and someone would be like, "Now, can anyone tell us how that relates to the Lord?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I get what's going on." I called my friend out on it. I was like, "Are you trying to like recruit us in your church?" And he goes, "Josh, you need to be saved."
Oh, shit.
And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because you swear a lot. You say bad things."
And did you immediately run?
I mean, I was like, "Well, thanks, but I'm good. I'm not into it." And I just kind of bailed, but I was still his friend. But yeah, he just kept reminding me, "Josh, I'm just trying to save you."
Yeah, I had a similar occurrence with the SGI. It's a Soka Gakkai International something. It's they're like a sect of Buddhism.
Ooh.
And my homie was like getting real like recovery from it because there's a lot of support and shit. But when you really get to like when you get deeper, it gets real weird. Like I went just to support them, and they have a chant that they do, and they're like, "Hey man, you know what you should do? You should join us in the chant." And I'm like, "Nah, like I'm just here for my friend. I'm here to support. I'm not really. I don't do this, you know. But I'm here as a supporting figure." And they were like, "No, you're gonna lead the chant." Like they brought me to the front with like 100, 200 people. They're like, "You're gonna do this," and they were all like looking at me like, "If you don't, you're a bitch," you know.
What
like,
was the chant?
Jesus, oh my God. Ooh, let's see if I remember. It's Namyo.
Oh my God! So it was some fucking fake shit.
Exhibit says it on his fucking concentration song, but it's Namyo Hyo Rengen Kyo, some shit like that.
Was it like Namyo? I don't know.
No, they do it. It's like the They do it in one tone. So
oh my God, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like
Jesus Lordy.
It's wild.
And this is what again? Muslim?
No, this is.
I forgot what you said. Honestly,
it's Buddhism. It's
Buddhism. My bad.
They claim to be a sect of Buddhism. It's called SGI. I don't remember what it stands for exactly. But yeah. it's wild. Yeah, any religion that tries to like you said, where it's like I'm about to save you from yourself type of thing. It's like
I noticed, Nadav, the Jews don't recruit.
No, we turn people away 3 times before we let you in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. 3 times. Yeah. You gotta really fucking want it, homie. It's like you want to be a J, you better fucking want it.
That's if you convert, eh?
Yeah.
God, I thought you were saying 3 like it was a mandated 3 times or something.
No, it is.
Oh, it is.
Rabbis will turn you away. Like you have to want it 3 times, and then after that, it's like, hey, guess what? You're now gonna like study how to be a J for like the next you're gonna know more J shit than normal J's. And we're gonna like cut a piece of your dick off.
God, it's so much easier believing in nothing and just being empty inside.
That's kind of gangster. I'm not gonna lie. Jews be gangster as shit.
They are, man. They're like, fuck you. We don't want any more.
Easy. Don't give them too much.
They're like, you want it? Nah, you don't want it bad enough. Show me again. And it's like, God damn, I'm trying to support you. They're like, no, you're not.
They're like an abusive boyfriend.
Oh shit.
They're like, gah, buy me a PlayStation. Let's wrap on a feel-good story, though, shall we? This comes to us by way of Donnie Thatcher, roving roach out there. A top doctor who killed his lover after sprinkling cocaine on his penis has been ordered to pay compensation to her husband and son, and also to pay her funeral costs. What an opening. A top doctor killed his lover after sprinkling cocaine on his penis. Now, I must get to the bottom of this, because not going to lie to you, Daddy's done something like this before. So I need to know how this happened.
You got to see this man, too, before you start. Look at this dude. This man.
God bless him. All he wanted to do was have a real time. I mean, I hope he doesn't go to jail.
I think it's that he's just paying a fine, right?
He's paying for their funeral costs, which he should.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I'm a doctor, I would do that. And especially if I put coke on my penis for the girl to enjoy, and then she died from it in some way. Let's find out how that happened, first of all. We need to get... Have you never done this?
No, I have not.
I mean, this is relatively relatable, I thought.
I've never been relatively related. You son of a bitch.
I mean, who hasn't thought of it, at the very least? I mean, again, I've thought of it more times than I've done. I did it one time. It was fun.
What I thought was it was going to be is like he sprinkled it in her and then snorted it, because then that's a little different.
No, it was like do a line off my dick.
No, yeah, but I think I don't think that was it though, because
I mean, we'll get
there's
into
no way
it.
that just the little remnants of it is what did it. It's got to be like he put it on and then went in. You know?
Let's find out. Let's find out. Dr. Andreas David Niedenbichler, 45. That's the man we just saw on the screen there. He was jailed for 9 years for aggravated rape and bodily harm. Okay, that's a different thing.
This story just changed.
Wait a minute. I mean, I thought this guy was just partying, put some coke on his dick like a guy would when a girl wants to do a line off your penis. And then she did it, and then like maybe there was coke on it, and it got inside of her vagina, and it killed her. That's where my brain went. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
That's what I was saying. Is like I feel like that small of an amount couldn't have killed someone. He had to like load it up and be like, "Here we go."
So what it says here: aggravated rape and bodily harm leading to the death after making his lover. So it was consensual sex. Identified only as Yvonne. She took an overdose of cocaine that he had placed on his private parts. So that means that he just gave her too much of a line? I don't know. Let's see. Once the criminal case against German surgeon was completed, her family pursued him in a civil case. Now, 3 years after the tragic incident, he has to pay a total of babidi-boo. Let's get to the cold medical part here. How did it kill her? The 38-year-old woman was not his only victim. Since the former head physician at the clinic, who cares, drugged and sexually assaulted 3 other women before. What the fuck? So it wasn't consensual? Man, I need to get to the bottom of this.
What the hell's happening?
According to the investigation, he also secretly put cocaine in their champagne glasses, their lipstick, and their toothpaste.
There you go.
Well, that's different than putting it on your dick.
Yeah, but see, now it's starting to make more sense. This sound, I mean, I've never heard of this before, but it sounds like this motherfucker has like a coke fetish.
Why drug them with coke that way? Does it make them high?
Again, I think it's like it seems like a fetish thing.
Can you drink coke in a drink?
You can. I did it once to try and
see if the experiment worked.
I wanted to clear a sore throat, and I thought it would numb it enough to make it better.
God, that is some witch voodoo shit right there. God bless you. Bring that up to Dr. Drew next time. Why did you not bring that up to Dr. Drew? So he was sentenced to 9 years imprisonment. Babidi-boo. Yvonne's widowed husband and son sued the surgeon when he refused to pay financial compensation and refused to cover the funeral. What's a financial compensation of your wife? That's an odd thing to put it. The higher regional court has now agreed with the family and man dubbed German Christian Grey because of his sexual fantasies. God. So he's like, tell me you love me. What does Christian Grey say? Who's your daddy? Some bullshit like that.
I don't even know who Christian Grey. Hold on.
Christian Grey is the 50 Shades of Grey gentleman. You never saw those movies?
Nah, I heard that they were terrible.
They're fucking awful. If you've ever had actual, like, if you ever had anything other than boring sex, you're like, what? This is dog shit.
Yeah, I heard that it was like basically abuse and had nothing to do with BDSM.
yeah. BDSM people are like
this isn't what we do. Like,
yeah, this is a little weird. I mean, this is like what my grandma would have written for BDSM, like if she thought she was trying to be cool or something, you know? So yeah, he's going to fucking jail. But man, I really gave this guy, I saw this story and I thought we had a situation where Matlock would swoop in and save this man, because I thought he was wrongfully going to jail for just trying to have a little fun, but it turns out he's just a fucking scumbag. Guess that makes me a queef, eh?
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
It's directed at me. But yeah, no, I mean, I just thought when I read that headline, because this again coming from Donnie Thatcher, I thought, hey, maybe we can save this guy. But no, he's putting in their fucking drinks and on their lipstick and shit. I bet there's a few ladies out there, though, that would be like, sign me up for that. This guy's just giving me coke all the time.
And killing me.
Grass is always greener. Yeah, how much could it be to kill them? You wouldn't see a mountain of coke on a guy's dick?
I mean, he's a doctor, so He must have just.
He must be cut with something crazy.
That and had a lot. So it's like,
Doctors can get a lot of coke, you think?
Well, I mean, with money is what I'm saying. Like,
oh, sure.
tons
Yeah,
of
yeah,
money.
yeah. Touche. I thought you were like, they were telling the guy at Pfizer, like, hey, and also, make it snow. But alas, that brings us to the end of our program for today. I do want to remind you to please subscribe to the YouTube channel in the description, as we brought up at the top of the show. Also, June 9th and 10th, back in the great state of Florida. Going to be at Tampa Bay Improv June 9th, Orlando Improv June 10th. Josh_Potter on Instagram has the link tree to all my shows, and at J_Potter on Twitter. Whichever way you want to go about it that way. Store.ymhstudios.com, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show, the Sus merch seems to be clear sailing for the time being. Also, the Buffalo Roach stuff is still for sale. A couple of sizes left to go on those. And the hat there's no sizes, so you can feel free to order one of those. Other than that, please continue to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. It goes a long way. I appreciate when you do it every single time. Keep going with your articles, your queefs, your instrumentals. JoshPotterShow@gmail.com. Thank you so much again to Odd Track Numbers and the person who created this little memory card. A lot of littles out there, little babies and such like that we were talking about earlier. But aside from that, we will see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us once again on The Josh Potter Show.